Okay, looks like we should be live right now. Let's see, just making sure we're all set and we're all good. Okay, how's it going, guys? Again, we're waiting just like a few seconds. I want to make sure we get enough people populated into the chat right now, but we seem to be going pretty smoothly. Let me know if the audio is coming in nice and clear. What's going on here? Just finishing up a few more things. Want to make sure everything's nice and ready to go for tonight's show. Let's see here in the chat. Dark, my beard is looking tired at the moment. Dude, I am looking incredibly tired right now. But we are going to power through this, and there's a lot of stuff we got to go over today. So you're just waiting a few more seconds, waiting a few more minutes, maybe like 1 or 2 more minutes. Sorry for the late start, by the way. Had to go ahead and finish setting up some stuff. Discord was giving me some problems for some reason, but yeah, we're just going to wait a few minutes. How's everyone doing? Let me know how you're doing. Before we go ahead and start the stream, make sure to go ahead and share this live stream with everyone that you guys know. If anyone has any remote interest in Airsoft, make sure to go ahead and let them know about it. Just getting some last things finished up here. I had to rush home. Traffic was an absolute nightmare today. Like, it was actually fucking terrible. Like, and then, like, of course, right, like, as soon as it's always happened. Do you ever notice that with retail? That, like, if any of you guys have ever worked in retail, you ever notice that, like, right as you're about to close, just like maybe a minute, or like a minute before you actually close, there's always that like one guy that shows up and he's like, "Oh, y'all open?" And it's like, "Oh, dang!" And then you don't want to be a jerk, right? So you're gonna help him out, right? And you're gonna do everything you can to help him out. But by the time we left, I was like, "Oh man, this sucks." Like I had to stop because I was gonna go home, have dinner ready to go. Because again, I handle most of the cooking at home. So I was like, all right, I'm going to get everything ready. I'm going to have enough time to go ahead and set up my computer again because I had to take it down because we had guests over. And then, like, it just became like an absolute rush. A little bit of a nightmare to get everything set up. But we absolutely made it. Let's see here. I think we are good. All right, so what is going on, guys? What is happening? Welcome to another episode of the No Flight List live stream. Don't exactly remember what episode this is. You guys let me know because, again, I've just completely lost track. But I am so happy to be here again. Who we got in the chat right now? Let's see. It looks like we got all the regulars right now. It looks like Gnarls, Kaylee Steel Moon. What's going on, guys? Cutter, what's going on, bro? Again, Darktree, I hope you're here because for all of you that don't know, recently we've been changing it up a little bit, right? On the No Flight List live stream, we have been bringing a guest onto the show. And last time we had Stitch, and the time beforehand we had the king of the shopping spree giveaway himself, Airsoft Brewer. And this time around, my man Darktree is actually going to be joining me for the show this time around. So, surprise, surprise, if you guys didn't see the earlier live stream today in the storefront, yeah, like I announced it there. But yes, Darktree is going to be my guest. I'm going to call him in just a bit right now. I just want to go and say hey to everyone. Eden, what's going on? Hello. Brewer, of course. Let's see, looks like we got all the regulars going on right now. Dylan Chandler, what's going on? No, Cisco is feeling fine. He is a bit tired. Let's see here. My Skype doesn't seem to be on my end. Doesn't seem to be having any issues. But okay, so I think we should be good here. Let me just go ahead and one last thing. I want to make sure that settings are all good. I want to make sure that we're not getting any outside sounds or anything. Okay, let's see here. Let's go here. Let's see here. Make sure we should be good. I'm not seeing any. Let's go settings here. Audio and video. No. Calling. Messaging. Okay, let's see here. I'm trying. Let's see here. Make sure this all works. Notifications. Tips and tricks. Mr. Reminder is call reminder. Messaging. Want to make sure. I'm not hearing anything right here. Just want to make sure. Just give me 1 second. Yeah, it looks like everything is good. Let's see, read receipts. It says enter key. Okay, I think we should be good to go ahead and notification sounds. Yeah, that should be good. All right. All right, cool. It should be off, so sounds should all be good to go now. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and, without further ado, let us bring the guest on, the man of honor. Let's go ahead and get him on the show right now, shall we? Let's see here. Okay, let's see. He's going on Discord. Yeah, I had to go through Discord through the browser. I don't know what's honestly going on with that. Like, it didn't have this issue before. Every time I try to open the app on desktop, it like just refuses to work. All right, let's go ahead and call Darktree, shall we? All right. Waiting for the mans to pick up. Hello, I think you're muted. There you go. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Let's see here. Make sure we bring this up. All right, speak one more time. Give me a little test. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
All right, I can hear you pretty dang well. How about chat? Can all y'all hear him just fine? Go ahead and speak a little. Keep speaking. Keep speaking.
What's
so
up,
people know
guys?
you're there.
Can you guys hear me?
Is he all good?
Anybody?
Is he all good? Yeah, guys, let us know if he's coming in nice and clear. Want to make sure that you guys can hear him too. He's coming in good on my end, but again, want to make sure you guys can hear him too.
Ooh.
All right, looks like audio is good. Well, without further ado, what is going on, Darktree? How are you doing, my man?
What's up, Isaias? I'm doing good today. How are you doing, man?
I am exhausted because today was a long ass day, and again, I was saying in the stream earlier that I had to book it to try to make it home on time and get everything set up. But everything is good. It looks like everything is going smoothly. But hopefully, well, first of all, thank you for actually coming on to the actual stream. Where are my manners? Thank you for coming on to the stream. It is actually a privilege to have you on. I know you are a very busy guy. You are a family man, so I know you got other responsibilities. So I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to go ahead and join me and the people on this lovely stream.
You know what? Thanks for having me on. Shout out to my wife and my daughters. They understand. They know Airsoft is a big part of my life, so you know.
No, of course, right? Part of the Mayo Gang, of course. But guys, before we get any further, want to let you guys know that we have some promos going. What the heck is going on here? What is going on? Hold on. Why is it showing that side? Why is it showing that side of the freaking thing? Hold on. Give me 1 second. Freaking this okay, so I'm gonna be honest. When I was setting up my computer, right? When I was setting up like this thing, I don't know, like I hate having to put things away when I set them up, right? But I put it away and I needed to go ahead and get everything reset back up, right? So I was like, all right, cool. So I got everything set back up, and I had to go and I didn't realize it, but I need to mark which computer's which and which cable goes to which. But now my freaking monitors are like number 1 is where number 2 should be, and number 2 is where number 1 should be. So now I have to like move my mouse to the opposite, and naturally I want to go to like the border, just be like, oh yeah, like, let me just switch over to the other side. It doesn't work that way. I have to go all the way around, and I don't have time to like freaking switch it around because I'd have to stop the stream. So it's a little scuffed right now. Please forgive me. Let's see. All right, we should be good. All right, so for those guys that don't know, we have some promos going on right now. So any orders for any airsoft gun that's $100 or more, right? You'll be getting 20 entries into the shop, 20 chances to win. That is absolutely insane. We haven't done a promo like that gives you this many chances on this stream in a little bit, actually. It's been a hot minute. Not only that, but again, this is a classic, right? Always. Any $50 order placed before 9:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Again, this started when the stream happened to when the stream ends. Any $50 plus order placed will get you 5 chances into the shopping spree. 5 entries into the shopping spree giveaway. 5 chances to win. You don't want to miss out. We had plenty of winners win off of the promos that we had going on. Every single regular knows that the promos are real and they are your best shot at getting your chance at winning the shopping spree giveaway. Again, $3,100. That is a large amount of money right there. The only person that's come that close and won that would probably be Real Wild. My homie Real Wild, he won that amount. So this is going to be like, again, this is a huge amount that you can win. I think he still has credit. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, he still has credit on his account that he's still using to this day, and he won it months ago. So again, guys, make sure that you place your orders for this. This is the real deal. You don't want to miss out. All right, but without further ado, let us get on into it. So, for those that don't know, Darktree is a mod of ours. He has been like really active on our Discord server. He's been a true homie, again, fellow Imperial fighter, if you will. Always appreciate it when he shows up on the field. But other than that, Darktree, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself, who you are, how'd you get your start into Airsoft? Just introduce yourself for us, why don't you?
Oh, all right. So my name is I go by Darktree.
Okay.
I've been playing Airsoft for close to 5 years now. Got started playing with my friend Mike. Shout out to Mike the Hunter 213. Yeah, he just showed me a little YouTube clip of what Airsoft was, and then I asked him straight face, like, this is real life, and he's like, yeah. And then within a couple weeks, we were out at Code Red playing Airsoft, and I picked up that ball and ran off with it ever since. I've been playing and just been a part of this great community that you guys have built. So yeah.
Oh, that's freaking so dope. So that was like your first, I guess, introduction into Airsoft. How long have you been playing, years wise?
Years wise, it's been about 5 years.
Okay.
So we were driving back from a job, me and my a couple of friends that I work with, and he asked me if I ever played Airsoft, and he like I said, he showed me a video of it. And I just wow, this is like people do this every weekend. He was like, yeah, this happens all the time.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, no, that I can totally see wait, this reminds me of my reaction to it, right? Where it's like, wait, you mean people do this normally? This is a regular thing?
Yeah, exactly. Every weekend you can go do this, and he's like, yeah, you can go, get shot at and play Call of Duty in real life. And I was like, yeah, all right, I'm down.
No, I totally get that. I Call of Duty and just video games, I feel like is probably one of the biggest. That and movies, I feel like are the most influential factors into getting someone into Airsoft. At least for me personally. Would you say that you were more obviously your friend, right? He's the one that guided you and got you into this. But would you say that it was definitely more video games, or was it more movies that kind of sparked your interest in Airsofting potentially?
You know what? It's funny. I'm a big movie fan. I'm a fan of the older Steven Seagal action kind of movies.
Oh, dude, same.
Where, Jean-Claude Van Damme and
yes.
Arnold. So it's funny because when I was younger, I wasn't really into firearms and guns when I was younger. But now that I'm older, it's the best thing to put on a movie like Heat and just pick up your airsoft gun and just watch that movie while you're doing it. It's it's the best.
Hey man, good choice, honestly. Not too many people Heat, within the firearms world people know, but I feel in mainstream media, not too many people remember Heat, or if they do, it's it's been such a long time. Heat's freaking good, dude. That's a classic. That is absolutely a classic.
Yeah. If you guys haven't watched Heat, it is probably one of the best movies I call them shoot 'em up movies.
Yeah.
It's one of the best movies for gunplay. And if I'm not mistaken, they actually showed that movie to police to help them train from how to move from cover to cover as part of their curriculum. So it's a really good movie.
It's one of the rare instances where Hollywood got it right, because obviously in cinema and movies, right, everything's going to be a little embellished, everything's going to be a little bit dramatized, right? I get it, right? You got to make it entertaining for the audience, but this is one of those rare instances, especially back in the day, what was this, 90 something, when they got it down absolutely right.
Perfect. The acting from Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, combined with the gunplay, and it's just one of the best movies ever. Oh, Val! I forgot about Val Kilmer. Yeah, Val Kilmer's in there too.
All the guns they chose in there too were just dope. I think the
State Farm guy was in that movie too.
Yeah, he was. I forgot about that. I think the only other movie, modern, I don't want to say modern, but modern movie that comes close to it would probably be what the heck? Den of Thieves. Did you ever see that one?
Yes, I saw Den of Thieves on Netflix, I think. Yeah.
Dude, Den of Thieves is Heat set the standard, right? Those ways, Heat walked so Den of Thieves could run. That. It's so good. Oh yeah, by the way, guys, if you have any questions, make sure to go ahead and put the letter Q in front of your question. That way it's a little bit easier for Darktree and me to go ahead and distinguish. Otherwise, it is likely to get lost in the chat. There's a lot of comments in there right now, so appreciate it if you guys go ahead and put a Q, and I will try to get to every single one of you as much as I possibly can. We just want to make sure that the questions build up so we have enough to talk about. Okay, so yeah, you know what? Forget. Why don't we go ahead and just start answering some questions? Sound good to you?
All right, let's do it.
All
Yeah.
right, cool. Let's see here. High Fidelity. Den of Thieves got Ice Cube Sun in it. Yes, it does. Let's see.
It does. Yeah.
Keep so you're making sure I'm not missing anything. All right. Are you guys excited for Extraction 2? Did you see the first one? This one comes from Eden.
Yeah, I saw Extraction 2, and I'm not sure how there's an I saw Extraction 1.
I was like, how'd
And
you
I'm not
see it
sure.
early? Like, what the heck? You got that Netflix hookup?
No, I haven't seen Extraction 2 yet, but I'm wondering how he even got that far. Because if you guys haven't seen Extraction 1,
Spoilers.
they put my man Chris Hemsworth through the ringer. No spoilers,
Yeah, they do.
but
I think
there's
that
a
movie
lot
was
that
like-
goes on.
yeah, that movie, like, yeah, they really did put him through the ringer, man. They just
Yeah.
abused the shit out of Chris Hemsworth. Like that movie, spoilers, he dies, right? Well, he gets shot, right? And he falls into a river, and it's like, oh, he died, right? Like freaking sacrificing himself for like this kid, right? That he's supposed to be protecting. So it was cool and everything. It was really, really freaking cool. And I was like, oh man, they got him, right? But I kind of figured, right? That freaking bridge scene. The rest of the movie was okay. I wasn't a huge fan of a couple things in that movie. I think they could have done a better gear or a better job picking out the gear. I feel like that could have been done a little bit better. But the cinematography I thought was actually pretty good. The acting was solid. I did feel like he connected with the little kid like too fast, but I mean that's just a personal thing. But that bridge scene was fire. That bridge scene was absolutely fire.
Yeah. Yeah, that bridge scene was insane. I was just wondering the whole time, like, how is he going through this? Like, how does he keep going?
It just keeps going and going and going.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Okay, another one. This one comes from Cutter. He's asking, are you going to be carrying other Vorsk pistols in the future? Cutter, we actually added here. I can go ahead and show you. We added a few actually already to the website. I literally just added some today. This is what we have so far. I'm not even joking, when I went onto the distributor site to bring some more in, when we were bringing them in, there was like only pistols. This is not even including the magazines. There was like 40 something pistols, right? And I was like, oh god, they dropped them all at once, and I was like, oh, I gotta bring all these in, right? If you guys haven't checked them out, make sure to look at the new products page. We're constantly dropping new products in the on the website, and these Vorsk pistols, we can't confirm yet. We're bringing them in. I placed an order so that we can have them in. We're probably going to talk about them not on tomorrow's stream, but probably on Friday's live stream. Bossman and I think that these are OEM by WeTech. We could be wrong. I mean, let's be real here. There aren't too many like airsoft manufacturers, like actual factories in the world, right? So we think it's WeTech, but again, we could be wrong. We're gonna wait and see what we can actually get out of these guys. But there are so many options. Look at this, and they're all really, really affordable too. They even have some that will come included literally with the micro red dot on here. Like that is freaking cool. Like let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at one of these, right? 4.3. With the micro red dot on here, 167 already pre-installed on there. Like that is absolutely freaking insane, and you're only getting it for like 167. Like that is an absolute steal, because I know a lot of guys will spend just that much, maybe even a little more, just on the pistol without even the optic itself, right? So that is definitely a really, really cool and affordable and attainable option that you guys have now. So again, order this tonight, right? Order this before the end of the live stream, and again, you will be getting 20 entries, 20 chances to win Thursday's shopping spree giveaway for $3,100. So again, make sure you place your orders for that. All right, moving on. Next question. Eden, are the new Vorsk... Everyone's curious about the Vorsk stuff. That's pretty cool. Are the new Vorsk P226 compatible with WeMags? I think so. I'm looking at them. I think they are. Again, we're going to wait until we can bring them in, and then we're going to test fit them and see what actually will work. I have my own 226 mags. I can just pop them in and see if it's compatible with it. Let's see here. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, can you put a Kythera in an Echo 1 Combat Master EBR? Let's see here. I want to take a look at the Kythera. I want to check something. Kythera. I mean, as long as it's compatible. Let's see here. Version 2. I don't believe so, because the Echo 1 Combat Master EBR, that's an EBR, that's an M14, that's using a version 7 gearbox. I don't think that one is compatible with it, because it's typically designed for like version 2 gearboxes. Again, there might be a version of the Kythera out there that I'm not aware of that might have it. So Eden, scuff streams are the best streams. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I try to attain a very specific level of scuffed in my stream, so Let's see here. Yeah, it looks like we got a lot of people in here. Okay, making sure. Okay, let's go down to the most recent one, see if there's any more questions. Yeah, guys, if you have any questions, make sure to go ahead and put the letter Q in front of the question. That we can go ahead and answer it. Otherwise, it very well likely get lost in the chat. All right, but Darktree, there was actually a couple of questions I wanted to ask you personally.
Yeah.
So, okay, so when it came down to airsofting, when you started like about 5 years ago, within that 5 years, would you say that you were a fairly active player, like you play fairly regularly? Like regular walk-on fields, or do you do like bigger events? Like what's sort of your what is your sort of like airsoft schedule like?
Well, I'm a full-time dad first, but I try to at least go once a month, if not twice a month, and get that in because it is my stress reliever. It's a lot of good exercise out there, so I try to maintain a good airsoft career, if you want to call it that, and get out there and actually, use the guns that I buy. So yeah.
No, of course. So when it comes to like your, if you don't mind me asking, like, have you tried getting your kids into airsoft? I know that you said you were a full-time dad. Like, is this something that they're at all interested in?
Not really. My youngest, she's interested in it because she still loves everything that daddy does. So she loves airsoft and any little Marvel movies I watch and stuff like that. So she loves it. So I've taken her down into my little range area, and she's practiced with my pistols and my PCC, and she loves it.
And this is your little one, right?
Yeah, my youngest one. She's about 8 years old.
Oh, they're so cute at that age.
Yeah.
That's like the one thing I always hear too is like they're so cute like when they're small, but like they just grow up like way too fast. Are you feeling like that's like a reality that you're facing now as a dad, or?
Oh man, in the blink of an eye, if you guys don't know, it is all true. They grow up so fast, and by the time you turn around, it's like, oh man, you got one going to college. So that's kind of what I'm getting ready for. I'm going to send my almost 16-year-old. She's in high school right now, so she'll be going to college pretty soon.
Oh, honestly, like college was definitely like a rough spot for me. Like I definitely had a hard time with that. But honestly, you seem like you got your act together, man. You seem like a really good dad. You seem like you're on top of it, and you definitely got your priorities straight. So I'm sure she's gonna be fine. I'm sure both your kids are gonna be just fine.
Oh yeah, they're good kids. So I don't.
I'm speaking like I have kids. What am I now? All right, another question
yeah,
that
man,
we got here
they're
was.
Good kids, yeah.
Go for it. Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt.
Oh no, I was just saying they're good kids, so they got bright futures ahead of them. They're both really talented. They're into art, and yeah, they're perfect.
Hell yeah. No, that's the way it goes. Let's see here. OZ Army, how do I get sponsored? Lamau. Okay, so for those that don't know, this is actually kind of something interesting as well that like I think I've covered in like a previous stream, like a couple when Cisco and I used to do it together. When it comes to like airsoft sponsorships, I feel like a lot of people have like a kind of a misconception with how sponsorships actually work, right? At the end of the day, we are Airsoft GI, right? And every airsoft retailer at that point is a business, right? They are a business, and having a sponsorship is a mutual agreement generally between a one party, outside party, and the company itself, right? They have to be able to have a mutual understanding that there's going to be a mutually beneficial relationship between the two, right? So generally speaking, like, are we ever like looking for sponsorships and stuff like that? Potentially, right? It all just depends on what it is that the person can bring to the table, right? Like, if we're not just going to go ahead and like say sponsoring someone, right? And then it's like they don't do anything for us, right? Typically the way sponsorships works is if you have some sort of social media presence of some kind, or hopefully a bigger one, and you're able to go ahead and bring in, attention to the store, the business itself, and bring in more sales, then yeah, absolutely. That is totally something that a sponsorship deal is. Yeah, that's something that's totally possible. A lot of people will say like, oh yeah, I'm sponsored by so and so and so and so. And then the sponsorship dries out or doesn't last long because they weren't doing anything for them. They weren't offering anything. They weren't bringing anything to the table. It was not mutually beneficial, like, at all. So keep in mind when you guys are looking for sponsorships out there, if you guys, any of you guys aspiring influencers, if you will, if you guys are looking for, some type of deal or sponsorship deal with maybe not even us, but like just in airsoft companies in general, you have to make sure that it is something that is going to be mutually beneficial for not just you, right? Because you can benefit from it, but how is it going to be beneficial to the company, and how to sell yourself as a service, essentially. How are you going to help other companies get the attention that they want, and therefore the sales that they want? So always keep that in mind whenever looking for, and this is not even just for airsoft. This goes for like anything. It's the same thing for any sort of like business whatsoever, right? Like if you're gonna sponsor someone, they have to do it. Subway, you think they got all those athletes just like, eating Subway just and then they're saying all this good stuff on their commercial because they like it? No, they pay them shit tons of money, right? And they're gonna go ahead and say that. And therefore, if Shaquille O'Neal tells me, "Hey, I want to eat a Subway sandwich," you're gonna eat a Subway sandwich from then on. You know what I mean? Have you ever tried,
That's
like, out of
right.
curiosity, like when you were getting into airsoft, like have you ever tried going for like a sponsorship with like, or maybe not even airsoft, in any like hobbies that you might have you ever tried going for like a sponsorship deal with like some company before?
Actually, let me see. When I was younger, I played soccer for about I'd say like 25 years,
Oh
and
shit.
there's a few teams. Yeah, I come from a long career of soccer. That was actually what I was really good at back in the day.
Hey
But
yo.
yeah, we had a few teams that we had sponsors, and they sponsored us with uniforms and chartered us for a few trips to go on a couple of tournaments, stuff like that. So, yeah, it's a little bit different. It wasn't really like a personal sponsorship. It's more like a team
Gotcha,
kind of
gotcha.
thing. But yeah, wow, airsoft sponsorships.
That's a whole other
I mean,
beast, but yeah, basically the same
it's
thing.
it's like you said, you have to have something to bring to the table, and it comes with like followers, and you have to have it has to be mutual for both parties. So I would say if you guys want to be moving into that area with sponsorships, get your numbers up.
Yeah. Those bump those numbers
Yeah.
up. Those are rookie numbers.
Yeah, get the numbers up. I'm finding I've been in the sports, and I'm seeing that a lot of college athletes, um, they're getting a lot of followers just doing what they do in college with football and sports like that. So, and they're making careers just off of that. So they're
Hmm.
being smart, monetizing what you do on the everyday basis is kind of like the way the world is going. So
Yeah.
monetize what you do. Yeah.
No, no, I totally get that. Like, I do feel like, again, that's always something that I like to. Whenever I have a chance, I always like to explain like how a sponsorship actually works, because I feel like a lot of players, again, like especially younger kids, like no offense to them, like they just have this misconception of like what it actually is. They don't understand that it's a business, right? So they're just like, oh, this player's really good and he has all this cool gear. He's sponsored, like that must mean like he's famous or something. I don't know. That's something I kind of know. Even I'll admit, even as a kid, I kind of had the same thing. It's funny you said that you actually did soccer for that many years. My little brother actually is also like freaking, I don't know, man. He's like I think I don't know if I told you, he was actually on like what is it, like I forget what, like youth under a certain amount. It was like youth under
Oh,
16, I think, youth under 18.
under
He actually got to,
yeah, under
yeah,
18,
he
yeah.
actually got to play for like Team USA, and he actually went to like an international tournament. He got to go to Spain. He got to go to Real Madrid, and he actually got to play there.
Wow.
And he also traveled to Barcelona as well.
I think you remember that he told me that he was in a soccer that he's really good. Yeah, I wasn't quite that good. I was maybe like a level below where he was, which was ODP, which was Olympic Development
Hmm.
Training. So when you're in the Olympic Development Program, that's what it's getting you prepared for, is to play for the national teams and stuff like that. So yeah, if he got playing for those teams, that's awesome.
No, he's been like, ever since he was a little kid, man. He would wake up in like the middle. It's almost like me with airsoft, right? Like I will watch like airsoft gameplay. I don't even know who I'm even watching half the time. Like I just have, because autoplay on YouTube's a thing, right? So it's like
Yeah.
I'll just watch like gameplay videos and see different people playing, because more than anything I'm interested in like also the tactics in which they use and how their play style is, and how effective their play style is in that sort of environment, right? So I like to look at like gameplay and just like, all right, what is he doing differently? How is he moving? Is he effective in this? Like, and I would still, like, to this day, I'll still practice it. Like I'll go home, and even though I'm like, my girlfriend's like, oh yeah, you're just playing with your airsoft toys, right? Because I'm making sound effects and everything because I don't want to waste my batteries. I am like practicing like maneuvers in like in the house or outside, right? Or even when I'm at work too. If I'm ever, I just kind of, if I have a gun on my hand, I'll just like, oh, let me try to see how fast I can clear this corner, and I'll just do that, just a little practice. But yeah, no, he was the same thing ever since he was a little kid for soccer, and he's been obsessed with it. But let's see. Before I get too distracted, because before we start talking, this airsoft, making sure that we do not miss anything. Let's see here. Uh, I am a huge fan of the HCAR from Ohio Ordnance. What company would you want to make? Would you want to make it, and do you feel that there is a potential market for it? The HCAR. I don't remember what the HCAR looked. Let me see here. I feel like that sounds familiar. Let's see. HCAR, Ohio, ordinance. How much you want to bet it's something that I've actually seen in a freaking video game? Oh, this thing. You know what? The HCAR, I feel like could very well be something that like, I don't know why I imagine Echo One making one of these bad boys. It's probably because they have their Combat Master EBR, right? But I mean, at the end of the day, any company could theoretically like make it, right? Yeah, it's a bar. It's a freaking modern day bar, essentially, right? VFC did have it for a while. What is it? Oh yeah, VFC did have it. VFC did have it for a while. Do they still manufacture that? I'm not too sure, actually. I wonder if they still make it. I'm not too sure. Maybe it's just one of those things where they just don't import it anymore. I feel like if VFC makes it, though. Well, you know the thing with VFC, right? When VFC makes stuff, it's always going to be freaking more expensive. I feel like if they were to make it like Echo One were to have one, maybe it might be a little bit more affordable. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see how that goes, right? Let's see here. I'm going to open this up. All right, let's see here. Makes me move to the next question. Can you use green gas mag in a CO2 pistol? Pistol in question, Elite Force 1911 tag. This one comes from John Alfano. All right, so do you have experience with the Elite Force 1911 Darktree?
Actually, that was one of my first airsoft pistols,
Same.
and I quickly got rid of it.
Oh, really? What happened?
It was just too heavy for me. I don't know what it was, but just for me, I have delicate girl hands, so it was. It was
mean too heavy? What do you mean?
I'm a big fan.
You're big. You're a big guy. You got strong arms.
I'm getting stronger now, so maybe I might go back to it. This was like 5 years ago, so I had this thing back. It was my first sidearm, and I liked it. It was dependable, but it was like a CO2 one, and it was the Desert Eagle, not Desert Eagle, but the Desert version with the black and the tan.
Yeah, of course, the classic.
Yeah, that's exactly the classic, and it was one of the ones that was recommended to me, and I was like, okay, fine. So, when I first went out to Airsoft, it was just me condored out, kind of want to be a milsim guy. And I had my, 10 Elite Force 1911, and it did its job. But yeah, I slowly found out what my style was at Airsoft after a while. And I'm still kind of finding myself in like what my exact play style is. And I never would have thought that, it would went from the hardcore milsimmer I thought I was in my head to like what I am as of now. And yeah, it's a really combination of like learning your play style, learning your gear, and finding out what works out for you. So
Gotcha. Okay, guys, before we continue answering more questions, I want to let you guys know that any order for any airsoft gun, literally any airsoft gun, $100 or more, you will be getting 20 entries into the shopping spree giveaway. It's 20 chances that you could win $3,100. You don't want to miss out, guys. We've had a few people actually go ahead and take advantage of the other promo going on right now, where any $50 order placed, again, these are exclusive to the stream, right? As soon as the stream ends, that's it. These deals are going away. So, but any $50 order placed during the live stream before 9:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time when it ends, you'll be getting 5 entries into the shopping spree giveaway, 5 chances of winning $3,100. I want to go ahead and give a shout out real quick to Daniel, Curtis, Stitch, Ronald, Stitch again, Cutter, Stitch, my man, taking advantage of the 20 entries, my boy. That's what's up. Guys, make sure that you take advantage. And again, Stitch right now, he has the best odds of winning, and he's been coming very close of winning. I'm just saying, the odds are likely in his favor. And the fact that he took advantage right now of that promo, just saying, he's probably going to end up winning it. Also, Ephraim and Luis also taking advantage. Luis also taking advantage of the $100 20 entries into the shopping spree giveaway. That is up. Thank you, my man. Thank you. Guys, make sure you take advantage of this right now. Again, Luis actually, and Stitch are both in the running right now. They both have the highest odds of winning, and you can too. And all it takes is one order. Literally, all it takes is one order. Make sure that you get your chances in, guys. You don't want to miss out. All right. Let's go ahead and move on to some more questions. All right, let's see here. Let's see, make sure they answer the most recent ones too. So it's kind of funny you said that, actually, like when you were talking about the Elite Force 1911, because I still own mine, and I still use it to this day. Like, but when they were asking like, can you put a green gas magazine in there? No, So they are specifically designed for CO2. If there is a green gas magazine that is designed for that platform, I'm definitely not aware of it, because every person that I know and every time I try to look up magazines for that specifically, it is CO2 only. And honestly, it's designed for CO2. I'm going to run it. That's the thing with me, right? Like, if a pistol was designed with one specific type of propellant in mind when they made it, I'm gonna stick with that, right? As cool as it is when I see, like, vice versa, right? When I see green gas magazine or green gas guns, and then they make CO2 mags for it. As a kid, right, and when I first started out, I'm like, oh fuck yeah, right? That's freaking cool. But as I quickly learn, CO2, it's probably because it's just so much higher pressure, but CO2 just seems to just break, the green gas designed guns. And it kind of makes sense, right? Green gas is going to be a little bit lower pressure, right? Like a little bit less pressure. CO2 is definitely a lot stronger, right? Like, I've never trusted CO2 magazines for green gas guns. I've always stuck with the green gas, and I haven't had issues with it. And that's kind of the plan that I go with. I don't know. Do you feel the same way, or are you okay with experimenting?
I had two CO2 airsoft pistols, 1911 Elite Force, and I had what's that one that SIG came out with, a P320?
Oh, the M17?
Yeah, the M17. Yeah, I had both of those, and like I said, they're just a bit too heavy. And I went out and got the Safari Land holster for the SIG and everything like that, and had it all decked out. And I ended up selling it because it just, like I said, it was my play style. And then I started getting into green gas mags, and I was like, there it is. I love all my green gas pistols.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so like when you were talking about like your play style, you said that you at first wanted to like try to be like this sort of like more milsim like type player, more operator. But you're saying that didn't really work out as much for you. What about it didn't work for you? And like what would you say if you had to describe it? I know you said you're still figuring it out. What would you say is your play style like currently?
So I went full, like I said, I started off full milsim, and ended up buying, like, I was running out in the field with my emergency medical kit on my belt, and all these pouches that I didn't need for a 10-minute scrimmage game. Just going out there looking like I was going to be on the field for 72 hours when we're just out there in reality for like 20 minutes. So
yeah, all right.
After you're driving home after every airsoft game, you're starting to like, all right, minus that out, minus this, subtract this, add this. So, that was kind of like how it was for the first, still going on to this day. You're just still tweaking things to this day, trying to find out little things to this day. It's where, I wonder if there's ever going to be a day where I just pick up my stuff and go to the airsoft field and I come home and that's it. I don't have to worry about did something go wrong or I got to improve this or that. But I think that's one of the cool things about the sport. It keeps you interested. And I never thought I'd be like, not saying teching, but like working on airsoft guns, and it's just interesting. Yeah.
No, I totally get that. Like, there's multiple facets of like airsoft, right? Like, you can have just as much fun playing as you can with like just dressing up, right? Or like getting the pieces together for like your kit, or even just tinkering around, like accessorizing and like trying different rail systems, or even teching, right? You can have just as much fun teching on the airsoft gun itself, right? Just putting in new parts and seeing what crazy combinations you can come up with, really testing the performance. I know a lot of the guys that we have in the Mayo Gang themselves are actually like techs on their own time, and they're like pretty. I've seen some of their builds. Their builds are pretty good. That's really impressive. And again, they have fun doing it. That's just another side of airsoft that I feel like doesn't get as talked about as like playing. But no, that's really interesting. Would you say that you're more of like obviously I don't believe in like these labels like 100%, but like, would you say you're more of a like speed softer at that point?
So I don't think I'm more of a speed softer. I think the speed soft element comes with a consistent fast play style. Mm-hmm. And I believe that you have to mix them up both. You have to like get both the milsim side and the speed soft side and combine them both, because I think both sides have their pluses and minuses. So if anything, everyone should be looking out for both styles, getting, what you can and getting knowledge from both styles. So yeah.
No, I'm 100% right there with you, man. Like I will say it once, I'll say it as many times as I have to. I'll scream it on the rooftops. If you're an outdoor player or a milsimmer, go play inside. Go play inside, right? Like for all the, because I know there's a lot of you out there that do this. Not hopefully, thankfully, not many of you in the Mayo Gang, but for those that do, for everyone likes to talk shit about like all the indoor players, or like to say, oh, speed softers are cancer and everything like that. Like, no, go inside, go to a speakeasy field, right? And just play, and take it from an objective standpoint. Don't feel like, oh, he shot me multiple times. Don't go in there with the like preset notion that everyone's toxic, right? Honestly, give it a fair chance, right? Indoor can be so much fun. Indoor style gameplay can be absolutely a blast, right? If you give it the chance. Look, at the end of the day, you remember Frank from US Airsoft World, the owner, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he said it best when he gave his morning speech, right? At the end of the day, we are all, doesn't matter who, like speed softer, mil sim, casual, doesn't matter. We are all playing a glorified game of tag. That is literally it. So put your labels aside and then just, seriously, just play airsoft with people around you. Seriously, that's all it takes. There's a lot of tactics and a lot of cool things that you can pick up just by practicing at an indoor field. I've become a better player because I would play at indoor fields. I love Project N1. That is like my favorite, absolute favorite indoor field, right? I love that place. The staff there is dope.
If you guys are seeing, absolute toxicity out there, that's one thing. But there should be no one really putting out any kind of hate towards speed soft or milsim. Like,
yeah.
These are the categories that build our sport. So you guys should really be more encouraging these styles of play and, get involved and, educate yourselves in these styles of play and, build up the sport. The sport is still young and a lot of people still don't know about it. So let's do our jobs as, being members of this airsoft community and build up the sport and build it up in a positive way rather than, negative way and trying to shut people down and, try to make it airsoft as your own. Airsoft is for everybody, so let's try to keep that in mind when you're out there and trying to be a member of this community.
Yeah, no, absolutely. There comes that level of responsibility where you do kind of have to all right, just because it's easy to say oh, he's just a freaking speed soft just because he runs an HPA system, don't do that. Seriously, don't do that. Maybe at the end of the day, right, maybe you just suck at airsoft. I'm gonna say it. Maybe you just suck, right? Maybe you just suck, right? It sounds, honestly, bro, it sounds like a skill issue, bro. I mean, that's very Call of Duty, right? But it sounds like a skill issue, man, where it's if you're constantly getting hit, maybe it's not the player, maybe it's not your fault, maybe it's not the other guy's fault. Maybe he's not overshooting you. Maybe he's just shooting you once and then everyone else is shooting you because you're out in the open, right? Did you ever stop to think about that? Just saying, right? That happens. Right, where it's oh, I got hit by 20 BBs all at once. It was that one guy. And it's okay, are you sure about that? Because it seemed like the BBs were coming from all over the place. You know what I mean? It's probably because you're standing out in the open like a dummy, right? And you're getting lit up. Be smarter about your tactics, right? Don't stand out in the open. Have covering fire. Move. Communicate with your team. You're not Rambo. You know what I mean? You're not going to be going out there and just deflecting bullets. BBs are not just going to be missing you entirely either. You're going to get hit if you're not playing smart. So play smart. Communicate with your team. And then you'll have a much better experience, right? You're going to be doing a lot better as opposed to trying to solo the entire freaking field by yourself, right? All right, let's answer some more questions. Okay, this one comes from the Chubbs. He asked, tell me what you really think about the G&G Piranha line, the Mark 1, the TRSL. Have you had experience with the G&G Piranha, Darktree?
No, I have not actually, and I am a G&G fanboy, as you know. So, their pistols have always been kind of I'm not sure yet. Kind of standoffish. Let me just stick to what I know when it comes down to pistols. But I am open to new technologies. I just want to make sure that there's a little bit more support when I go and make that purchase.
I understand that. That's a fair statement to make, and that was honestly one of the biggest reasons when G&G started coming out with their gas blowback pistols. I was really, really concerned, and I didn't really see the support for it either. When the G&G pistols came out, right? There wasn't a slew of aftermarket components that were readily available for it, like the TM based systems, right? And I get that, but exactly. At the same time, I will say, if you haven't shot a G&G gas blowback pistol, damn, dude, I'm no bullshit. G&G pistols, I haven't had too much experience with the Piranha. I've had with the GTP 9. That thing, holy shit, is gas efficient. I'm not joking, dude. Those things are like pretty damn efficient, especially when you compare them to the TM based stuff. I want to say, yeah, Kevin did a review on the G&G gas pneumatic pistol like way back in the day. I think it was like 2020, I think. Maybe I could be wrong. We'll have to look that up. But he did a review on it, and he was saying like the gas efficiency is really impressive. Like most of the time with a TM based like gas pneumatic pistol, you can usually get maybe a mag and a half worth of shots really before the mag starts to conk out, right, before it starts to get empty and starts like really slowing down to the point where it's not even truly cycling, right? Would you say that that's fairly accurate?
Yeah. I get about 2 to 3 mags with my TMs. Only have two TM pistols right now, and they run great. I love them.
Are they completely
I have my high
stock?
cap and have my one of them is completely stock. One of them just has the inner barrel, outer barrel, and I think I want to say a short stroke kit.
Oh, okay. Well, I would say maybe the
Yeah.
stroke it might help, but like again, like because I'm comparing it to other brands, like you'll see Army Armament. I'll compare it to like freaking WeTech as well. I'll compare it to like other brands, and I genuinely think that the G&G Piranhas and pretty much most of their gas like lines, they hold up fairly well. Like, and that's one thing I am happy to see, that even on the TM base side, we are seeing more efficient or more care into the efficiency, because for a while I felt like the standard was pretty much just like a mag and a half worth of shots. Maybe if you're lucky, 2 mags. Because that's what most customers usually also report to us as well, and what we see from like most guns when we get them straight out of the box, right? So the fact that the G&Gs, both the Piranhas, the GDP9s, that they can, and even their 1911s too. I actually got to fire one of their 1911s. Holy crap, that thing is cool. I would say it's a system that definitely is worth getting into and worth checking out. Yes, you are right. It doesn't have the same amount of supports out there, but that's also kind of the downside, right? Where you said like you want to be able to have like you want to support ingenuity and being able to advance the technology further. That does require a little bit of sacrifice on our end, because I'm there with you, man. Like I support platforms that fucking they don't make bags for them. You know what I mean? Like how many times have you heard me like go on about the FAL?
Yeah. Oh my God. I wish there were certain like niche guns that you like that they had, support for. But I mean, it's just hard sometimes. If there's not a big fan group or support system for it, then it's like the companies just don't care.
Yeah. No, it sucks because I wish that they would. Obviously, it's a business, right? So they gotta be smart with how they manufacture stuff and what they choose to import over into the U.S. But no, like
Exactly.
I think the G&G, honestly, if you were on the fence about it and if you like the G&G and you were like, I'm not too sure, honestly, I say go for it. Because here's the thing, you can still buy magazines for them as well. And that's pretty much at the end of the day all you really need, right? That and a little bit of silicone oil to clean it out. You support the platforms, if enough people support it, you will start seeing more and more parts come out for it. That is 100% how it's going to work, right? If we get enough people to go ahead and buy the actual platforms that you like, they are going to start making more accessories for it. It's just going to help continue the lifespan. Versus if no one gets it, right, then yeah, of course no one's going to go ahead and actually support that platform, right? If no one's buying it, who's going to go ahead and make parts for it, right? What's the point? So,
yeah, very true. Very true.
So for anyone on the fence about it, just keep that in mind when it comes to like supporting other platforms. Remember, I'll buy FALs knowing damn well that I can't get mid caps, hoping for one day I'm gonna be that one guy, that one sale that they made. That, you know what, we made the cutoff. We have just enough people that bought this gun that we're gonna go ahead and get more mags for it. Let's bring them out to the US, and I'm yes, hopefully. All right, let's see here. Let's fix this here. Okay, this is a good one. Real Wild asks, who here has cleared their own home with your airsoft gear? Like, have you ever done this? And this is not like, because I've done this. I've 100% I've done this. Have you ever gotten up, full get up, right? Full get up, full airsoft kit and everything with your guns. Have you ever tried like practicing clearing the house?
So I'm gonna do you one better.
Okay.
Last week, my wife and my daughter were watching a movie. I think I thought she fell asleep actually.
Oh no!
And I just got a holster from you guys. I think the holster that you switched out for me, the one that had the light attachment.
Yes.
I was trying it out with my belt, my QLS system, and I was going around my house turning corners, and I turned around and she's full on busting out laughing at me, just like really Really?
Oh,
And I'm just there, red face, like, oh yeah, just trying out my pistol right here. Just, that's all I can say.
oh
But
no.
yeah, there's nothing better than getting fully kitted up and LARPing out and just, enjoying your kit, because we can't always go out and, wear our airsoft kit every day.
Of
So
course.
if you're not wearing it, if you don't go for the field for like, 2 weeks, 3 weeks at a time, I've had my friends send me pictures with their full gear on and be like, hey, when we going? And I'm like, you really put on all that just to send a picture and ask when are we going?
Hey man, gotta get the pics. It's all for the gram.
So yeah, man, it's just yeah, I mean, airsoft is, I wish we had a slogan, but airsoft is really life. And if you're not every day involved in airsoft, you're not doing it right. It's like Call of Duty. It's something you do every day. And like this is my version of video games, like coming home, being on live streams, checking on my guns, like seeing what's new on Airsoft GS website, shameless plug, and just being a part of the community.
No, dude, that's freaking yeah. Like I get that. Honestly, like that. There's nothing worse than when like you're totally into it and then someone laughs at you. That's the freaking worst, dude. Like obviously it's your wife, like she like supports your hobby and everything like that, so that's kind of cute. But it was just like, oh man, like freaking like you turn around and she's just laughing at you. Oh,
yeah, I hear telling her friends like, "Oh, he's playing Army Man again," and I'm like, "Oh." Okay.
My parents used to say that too. Every time when I was like a teenager, right? When I got my first kit, I'm actually not joking. I got my first like kit, right, that I had. I used to. Oh, this is so embarrassing. I used to do like freaking like old school like retro LAPD like SWAT uniform, right? I used to have the freaking like. I forgot what the name of the actual like cross draw vest was. It was basically like one of the older style cross draw vests with like the built-in collars. I was going full like early 2000s, like late 90s with that kit, man. And I felt so cool, right? Because I was like, oh yeah, I would literally walk into the bathroom mirror, right? And I'm like, oh man, I look so freaking badass, right? I'm so cool. And then I would turn like over because my door would be open. I like an idiot, I forgot to close the door. And then my mom and my dad would be looking at me, and they're just like, what the fuck are you doing? And it's like, oh, how you doing there, my little army man? And I'm like, no. Oh, it's the worst.
Yeah, man, that's exactly it. Like, because you want to know what you look like on the airsoft field, and you have to see yourself in the mirror, right? Like, you want to know what you're going to look like when you go out. So, you get geared up and you say, oh, okay, this is what they're going to see. And, you got to take that pic, you got to send it.
Yeah, exactly. Guys, if you don't know already, again, for any new any of you guys that are like joining us right now, any new viewers, thank you first of all for everyone. Really, seriously, thank you. Much appreciate you, everyone that chooses to spend their time hanging out with us right now. But just so you guys know, we do have some promos going on. For any, where's my mouse? There we go. For any orders for an airsoft gun that is $100 or more, you are automatically going to be getting 20 entries into the shopping spree giveaway if you place that order before the end of the live stream. The stream is going to end at 9:30, so make sure that you place your orders. Get those chances in. We've already had a couple people to actually take advantage of that, so make sure that you do the same. In addition, any $50 order placed, right? There's always been there's a certified hood classic, if you will, for our live stream. Any $50 order placed before 9:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time will receiving 5 entries into the shopping spree giveaway as well. So it can be an accumulation of BBs, green gas. Maybe you want to go ahead and load up on other consumables. If you want to go and get like some tack gear as well, maybe get that plate carrier you've been eyeing. Guess what? You order that before the end of the live stream. You will be getting 5 chances of winning the shopping spree giveaway. Again, plenty of people have taken advantage of it. Right now, both, I believe, is it Luis and Stitch right now have taken advantage of the 20 entries. So they have the highest odds of winning, especially Stitch. Stitch, I know you're watching. You have come so close to being the winner for so long. I'm going to say it right now. I think Stitch is going to win. Again, you can quote me, like, if I lose, I lose, right? Whatever. I got nothing to like say. I genuinely believe Stitch is going to be the next winner. I mean, he has to, right? Like, I think you can only be number 2 for so long before you end up becoming number 1, right? You can quote me on that one. I think he's going to win. I genuinely believe that. But Make sure that you do. Guys, there's plenty of discounted items on our website as well. Go ahead and hit the sales page right there. Right there. Wait for that to load because my computer is slow as shit. Waiting for that to load again. And we're continuing to wait for it to load. And it's continuing to load and continuing to buffer because the internet is slow. And it finally loaded, right? So here is all of our discount stuff. All of our shocker deals going on right now. There are some good shocker deals right now. An Elite Force, UMP, GBB, discounted right now. It's normally $389.99. You can get it for $358.79. What in the world, right? And again, this is a shocker deal, meaning that it's only discounted for a limited time. So make sure that you take advantage. The timer has been going. It's been going. So make sure you pick this up. And again, you pick this up during the live stream. You get yourself 20 entries into the shopping spree. So imagine ordering this gun, right? That was just a random gun that I picked. I just really like that gun. So imagine picking up that gun, and then you also get 20 chances of winning the shopping spree giveaway. Imagine you end up winning. Holy shit. You literally got paid to pick up an airsoft gun. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. The winnings are real. The winnings are 100% real. And there are so many other options as well. If you like the G&G pistols like we were talking about earlier, you can pick up the limited edition Iwo Jima 1911. That one is going $310 to $285. Oh, okay. All right. I see you, G&G. I see you. Right there are so many other options on there as well. You guys have to check them out. Again, there's ridiculous amount, and some of these items are discounted to like 25%. Like that is absolutely insane. Even TM stuff is discounted right now. Like when is look at this Toki Marui High Kappa 4.3 stainless, right? 185 going for 170. Fucking hell yeah, fucking yeah. You're gonna pick that up. Make sure that you take advantage right now, guys. You don't want to miss out. All right, let's keep answering some questions, shall we? All right, let's see here. Make sure we're not missing any. Wait, what is this poll going on? What is this poll? I saw it earlier. I forgot to go ahead and... Who do you enjoy watching Isaias' stream? Yes, he is knowledgeable. No, I'd rather watch a Twitch girl. What the heck? Why am I being compared to a Twitch girl? Why am I being compared to that? I don't... All right, whatever. I love how 80%... Thank you for those that voted on that poll and said 80% of you. Thank you. The rest of 20 of you... Why? Hey man, I'm just saying this. At least during this stream, we give you opportunities to go ahead and win $3,100. You know, I'm just saying. Versus the other side, they might be asking you to pay $3,100. You know what I mean? Just throwing that out there. All right. When is the This one comes from William Dixon. He is asking, when is the Mark II gonna hit the shelves? You actually had experience shooting the Mark II the other day at the storefront, right?
I did.
All right, so I know we got your impressions on camera then, but now that you've had time to like mull it over and think about it, what are your first thoughts regarding the MGC4 Mark II?
First thoughts on it. More purpose-built range. I believe that thing's gonna be at least 30 more feet than the Mark One. It's just longer. It looks like more of a recce style build. All it needs is a short dot and maybe like a Samox suppressor on the end of it, and you're good to go. I love the build. It's just as lightweight as, I think it might be even lighter than the Mark One. It just feels it's more like a recce build, and the Mark One feels like more of a grunty style of like I don't know what to call it, but
no, you're good.
Definitely more of a recce style build for the Mark II, and I really do like it.
Okay, no. I would have to agree as well. I think the one that you shot when we had with the live stream on Saturday, I legit just put on Cisco's freaking short dot and his mount that he had to it. I just put it on and I was like, oh, it already looks good. You don't need. That's the thing about the MGC4 like Mark II. You don't need, or even the regular like MGC4. You don't need much to make it look good. It's a good looking gun no matter which way you slice it. And throwing just a basic short dot on there, like you are set, right? Like this thing, the MGC4 is our gun, right? It is our baby. We knew what was going into it. We wanted to make sure that this gun was going to be quality. First and foremost, we want to make sure that you are getting a quality gun, right? We want to make sure that you are getting more than what you are actually paying for. That was the goal, to give you a more than fairly priced, high-performing AEG, right? I strongly believe that we highly accomplished that with the original and even the enhanced version. But this Mark II, I feel like really hit the nail on the head. I prefer the longer Mark II compared to the Mark I. I think the Mark I is beautiful. right? And for everyone that got it, you are an OG. Everyone that has their MGC4, like you got the original run or even just the enhanced version, y'all are the OGs, right? You have a piece of airsoft history. Legit, you have a piece of airsoft history. But this Mark II, dude, honestly, I'm so happy, especially with the black and bronze like version. I know I keep saying I love black and bronze, but I will say it over and over again. I love this black and bronze version, honestly. That rail system just looks so damn good with it. Like, and these are going to be hitting these shelves. I know, William, you asked the question. They are going to be hitting these shelves, I believe. What would you say? Like, I know Bossman and I talked about it. It was going to be like in about like maybe 2 weeks. Maybe 2 weeks they might be hitting the shelves. We might be getting them soon. Again, it really depends. There's a lot of stuff that's out of our control, but we are rushing to make sure that they come in on time and that they are here. But yes, you probably be in them like within like about 2 weeks. They might start shipping them, maybe even a little bit sooner. So just keep your eyes open for that. We will be giving more status updates if for whatever reason I highly doubt they're going to get delayed, but worst case scenario, if they do, we will be letting everybody know on every single social media platform and to keep their eyes peeled as well. But again, this should be hitting these shelves pretty damn soon. All right, let's see here. Make sure. Oh yeah, and if you pre-order this, because this is still available for pre-order, if you pre-order this before the end of the stream, there's 20 entries right there. I'm just saying. All right. Eden, didn't you say that last time? You might jinx it for him. I mean, I don't know, man. I keep saying it because it's like freaking, yeah, like Real Wild said it best. Stitch is due. He's due for a victory. It's going to happen one of these days. Banger Airsoft, I'm not lucky enough to win anything on their streams. Honestly, Banger Airsoft, that's kind of the wrong mentality to have, man. Like, I get it. I'm an unlucky dude too, right? Like, I totally get that. Like, on some real shit, I'm a very unlucky guy. Like, I don't know, man. I just have the shittiest luck when it comes to things, right? Especially when it comes to like raffles or giveaways and stuff. I've never won anything, right? But unlike a lot of those other raffles, this is something that we do traditionally, right? We've been doing the shopping spree giveaway / livestream giveaway for a little over a year now, right? And we've had plenty of winners, guys who thought they were in the same position, right? That they never thought that they would actually be the winners. Guys that thought that there was no way in hell that their name would be the winner of the their name would be called as the winner for the shopping spree giveaway, right? Like, everyone thought that, right? And then sure enough, when their name gets called, Real Wild said it himself, right? He was on his way home from work, I think, and then his name got called, and he was like, oh, shit, right? Not expecting at all to win. He would just place an order because he wanted to order some stuff, and he just tuned into the live stream. So, again, everyone is in your position, right? Everyone has a fair chance at being able to go out and win the shopping spree giveaway. You just got to make sure that you take advantage and, again, shoot your shot. Because, again, these promos are only going on during my live stream, right? All right, let's see here. Fidel, your video you posted looked like you kissed Isaiah. Okay, yeah, that was a little sus. But you know what? I would be more than happy if it was Fidel. I'm just saying. All right. Will a holster for the Glock 19 fit the Glock 45 as well? I'm going to say yes, because most Glock like 19 holsters that I've had that like were designed for like 19s also stated like in their descriptions that they would also be compatible with Glock 45s. You have Glocks, right? You have holsters for those as well?
Yeah, I think I answered that question in the chat. Yeah, I have the 45 and I have holsters for it, and they do work. Funny thing, myself and Akrite, I think he's in the chat right now. Mm-hmm. We actually got our Glocks stuck together. Wait, what? You guys can run with that however you want to. But I got my Glock 45 stuck with his Glock 19X, and his upper got stuck to my lower. We were just, messing around before BB Wars and seeing like if they were compatible, and they are, but they do kind of get stuck together. But that let me know more than anything that the holsters do work with them. They're compatible, so you're good there.
Yeah, I was like, our holsters got stuck together. I was like, what the hell? How did that happen? You guys were just swapping uppers just to see if it would work?
Yeah, just swapping Glock uppers and seeing what's compatible. And then for a while, we were just like, I was like, so you just want to keep my 45 lower Akrite? Because I'm not sure if you're ever going to get these things broken apart. And for sure, we actually got them split apart before BB Wars, so that was pretty good.
Okay, good. I'm glad you got them separated. Jesus. Had to get surgery on those.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. Let's see here. Let's see. Bang yourself. Twitch girls are fun, but they don't give me a chance to win money. Yeah, I'm saying, man, it's the other way around. You spend money this time around. At least we're giving back money. I'm just saying. Eden says, will Isaias be the voice behind an MGC4 VTuber? If for whatever reason Airsoft GI decided to get like a VTuber model, right, and start streaming with that, you know what? I would totally be down to be the voice of that, right? Like, I'm already not like a very like handsome dude. You might as well give me like a pretty like, you know, like a nice, pretty cute like a VTuber model. I'll totally. It would be hilarious though if it was actually like legit like female like an anime girl, and it was me voicing it, right? It was just my deeper voice voicing this anime girl like on screen. I would totally do it. I would do that in a heartbeat. Would you still watch the streams, Dark Tree, if that was the case?
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking for the community no matter what, you know? We have all types, and whatever road you want to go down, Isaias, you know, I'm going to support you in doing that, bro.
You said that in the most dad way possible. Like, you did the, yeah, you know, like, that's the great thing about this world. There are many different types of people of all sorts of shapes and sizes, and, you know, I'm going to support you no matter what. Like, that is such a dad response. But thank you, I appreciate
so, you know,
that.
You got plenty of practice, man. Plenty of practice.
Oh, I want to go ahead, before we continue, I want to go ahead and give another shout out. Looks like to, I think he meant to put Cutter. It's going to be Cutter with the 5 entries, Gilbert with the 5 entries, Nicholas, he's gotten himself those 5 chances to win, Hoover as well, Zach got himself the 5 entries, and Mark, I'm going to assume, is it Mark Popejoy that placed the order, my man? Mark, either way, Mark, my man, you just got yourself 20 chances of winning the shopping spree giveaway. Guys, Mark put an order in for an airsoft gun that was $100 or more, and he is getting 20 chances to win. You guys can be just like Mark. You guys can be just like Stitch. You guys can be just like Luis if you place an order for an airsoft gun that's $100 or more during this live stream. There's not that much time, only about like little less than an hour, like 52 minutes. Yeah, like 52 minutes left of the live stream. So place your orders now if you want to have the highest odds of winning $3,100. Order now. And again, guys, worst case scenario, order yourself an order that's like $50 or more, right? Get yourself something $50. If it's like accumulation of BBs, maybe some green gas. If you want to go in and pick up, I don't know, freaking some patches, some tactical gear, right? Get that helmet you've been eyeing for a little while. Pick that up now during the live stream so you can increase your odds and have the highest odds of winning, have the best chance possible. So again, guys, just saying, do it. Do it. People are doing it. You got to do it too. Shoot your shot. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Wayne Gretzky. Anyway, let's keep on with the questions. All right, let's see. There was a few that I missed up, and I want to make sure that I answer everyone's just in case. Okay, Outlaw Frags. What is the best AEG for $300? Okay, now this is actually a question. I'm going to ask you first, Stitch. Let's say you had a budget of $300 or less, right? That was like the most, before tax. What would you want to spend your money on as far as an airsoft gun? Like, what would you say is probably the best bet for $300 or less?
$300 or less. Right now, I would say get your $300. Go ask someone for about $25 or more. And get yourself a R15, okay? Get the R15, guys.
Dang it, Dark Tree. I know the R15's dope, but we got a budget. A budget.
A budget, jeez. You know, dang, I don't know. I really don't know. I really don't know right now. I would say a G&G, but the new standard to me is the R15. But I'll give you guys the extra $20 just to grab that. But let's see, what do we have for under 300?
Personally, for me, for like, if you have a budget of like less than $300, usually I would end up saying something like, some of my favorite brands, honestly, would probably have to be like Arcturus. That comes to mind, right? Because they have some models that are going to be less than $300. Let's see here, Arcturus. Let's see, pull those back.
That's right. They do have some new stuff
Arcturus
that came out that's not too expensive.
Sorry.
You're
speaking. I didn't want to speak over you.
Oh no, you're good. I was just saying that they do have some polymer versions of the Arcturus system that are pretty good, and their micro switch triggers are pretty tasty. So that's a good buy right there.
Yeah. Like if you want to go with like that sort of like hybrid, right, where you get a poly receiver and metal rail, those are always good. Those are going to have the micro switch trigger, like Darktree said. If you had even less money, honestly, you could also go with something like the Arcturus LWT. I was looking at these the other day. These are not going to have the micro switch trigger. They are going to be using the basic trigger contacts. But honestly, that's for some people that's actually preferred. Some people don't like the micro switch trigger, but they like the level of quality that Arcturus puts into their gearbox. Again, we haven't really seen that many companies put that level of care and attention to detail when it comes to the shimming of their gearbox, right? That's something we've talked about before. I think even Cutters mentioned it on the tech help chat on our Discord page, which, by the way, if you're not part of, make sure you're on that Discord server. Very good information there. But yeah, for like $175, like that, less than $200, that's a really good steal, right? But again, if you have a little bit more money, I do like the micro switch triggers that you get on like the NYO2 CQs. Let's see, yeah, there it is, there, perfect, there it is. This is like one of the most, man, when this thing first dropped, everyone wanted this one. The NYO2 CQ, the 10-inch, so you got that like sort of Mark 18 sort of profile. Micro switch trigger, version 2 gearbox, 602 Type 4 inner barrel. So going to be a little bit more accurate, better range than these like your basic like Lancer Tactical Gen 2 and Gen 3s. And I love my Lancer Gen 2s and Gen 3s. I do. I really, really do. I love my Lancer Gen 2s and Gen 3s. But I do believe that the Arcturus is going to have the edge in range and accuracy. Again, it's going to be subjective at that point, which between those models you like more. But this one is probably one of my favorites to recommend if you have a budget of like $300 and less. Right, and if you want to save a little bit of money, but you want something that's pretty high quality, you honestly can't go wrong with an Arcturus, right? Arcturus has some really dope stuff. I'd also say, let's see, let me go in and look up. Oh, let's see, what's this? What do we have here? Yeah, okay. Looks like if you we got a little bit of spicy one here. Looks like someone really doesn't like me in this one. This one comes from Anonymous Helper. These people just waste of time, less knowledge and help. Infos answer all about my life. BS like the guy on the phone. That's kind of funny though, honestly. More than anything, it's just the lack of, like, he's telling us like less knowledge and help. Honestly, I think you need a little bit more help with your grammar, my dude. Because that gave me a fucking stroke trying to read that. Anonymous Helper, I am sorry if we are wasting your time. But here's the great thing about these live streams. We are not forcing them on anyone. We live in the good old US of A where we have a freedom of choice, right? So you are more than welcome to go ahead and not waste your time anymore and watch something else. Here's the thing, though.
You know what's funny, Isaias? That guy, did he even ask the question?
I don't see one. Again, I could be wrong. I could very well have made a mistake. And because again, I like to go on and give a lot of attention to like the questions and just start talking. Because again, I'm hanging out with you, right? Like you're a good person to talk to. You're very fun to hang out with. So like I apologize if I'm taking too long. But I haven't seen a question from him yet.
Yeah, that's what I was pointing at. If that person didn't even ask a question, you're just here to cause negativity. So you can just exit. But I mean, if you're here to ask a question, if we missed it, I'm pretty sure Isaias apologizes, and I apologize as well. But if you're just here to cause havoc, you can see the exit door.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing too, right? Like, I guess I would kind of understand it if this was like, like one of the most popular live streams. As much as I love this live stream, I genuinely do love like doing live streams with you guys. If this was like a Mr. Beast video, right? And I would totally understand that maybe a little bit more, right? Because he's so big, right? He's such a big, popular influencer on social media, and I would totally get it, right? Because his videos get recommended to so many different types of people. This is an Airsoft live stream. You have to like really know about us and really be in this to kind of know, and then you have to search us up. Like, it takes effort to go into our YouTube, find the live stream, and then join, and then come up with this. Right? What are you doing? Like, just, okay, if this is wasting your time, honestly, dude, you're just wasting your own time, man. I'm sorry. Like, if you have a question, I'd be more than happy to help you out. Like, for sure, dude.
I mean, you found us. We didn't find you, so.
Yeah, we didn't ask you to come. You wanted to come in here, so.
Exactly.
Jesus, man, that's kind of funny, honestly. A little sad that like that happened because I was like, oh man, I don't want to make anyone feel bad, but then it's like, okay, maybe this guy's not actually for real. Maybe this guy's just being a troll. All right, let's go ahead and...
that's part of it. You just got to take it with a smile because there are trolls out there and they're just here to cause havoc. And I just take those kind of guys with a smile. Like I said, we looked for the question. There was no question. I'm like, oh, you're just here to...
Yeah, you're just here to cause some shit just because. All right, dude. Cool. Thanks, man. All right, moving on. Oh, beforehand, I want to go ahead and give another shout out to Alex. He looks like he just took advantage of the promo as well, and he got himself 5 chances of winning the shopping spree giveaway. Guys, you can be like Alex and so many other guys that have just taken advantage of the promos and have multiple shots at winning the shopping spree giveaway. These guys that I've given shout outs to before, they know They absolutely know that the winnings are real, and they are taking advantage. They are the smart ones right now, and they are taking full advantage of the promos because they want to have the best odds at winning $3,100. So you guys know what to do. The promos are right here. Oh, freaking there we go, mouse. Thank you. Any orders for an airsoft gun that's $100 or more gets 20 entries into the shopping spree giveaway, right? And if you place any order that's $50 or more, you'll be getting 5 chances of winning the shopping spree giveaway. But you have to do both of these before the end of the live stream right now. Again, we've been going on for a little bit. We have about 13 minutes? No, not 13 minutes. We have 30, 40. We have 43. There we go. I had to do quick math. 43 minutes before the end of the live stream. So make sure that you guys take advantage now while you can before the live stream ends and the deals are over. All right, let's keep going on. Let's go ahead and make sure I'm scrolling all the way down. Let's see here. Kaylee Steel Moon, let's move on to Pit Viper Mag soon. Kaylee Steel Moon, you know, every time that you and Stitch come in, you guys know that I have been praying that Jag Arms gives us with the supplies with the magazines. They know that we've made the request. They know the mags are popular, and we will be getting them soon. As soon as we get them in, we will let everyone know, and you can bet your ass we're going to be blasting that all over social media so that you guys are aware when those mags go live. Because again, we know the requests are there. We see it every time. We love those mags ourselves, right? All of our high cap users, we are going to be getting those magazines in. I promise you. All right, let's see here. Gotta love the trolls. Yeah, I saw your message in the chat right now. Yep. Gotta love the trolls. All right, let's see here. Let's keep going on. Airsoft. What's for dinner? What did you have for dinner, Ashley? Darktree, I'm curious.
So I'm not sure if you guys heard my doorbell ring during the live stream.
Oh, I didn't hear it.
That was, I think that was Postmates dropping off my El Pollo Loco.
Dude, Pollo Loco is fire. Honestly, I'm gonna give in to the stereotype a little bit. I don't care. Pollo Loco is absolute fire. It's gas, dude. I love Pollo Loco. I don't care if, of course, I'm Mexican. Yeah, because he's Mexican. Yeah, shut up. I like Pollo Loco. Sue me.
Yeah, I'm trying to be healthy, so this is the healthier choice, and only 600 calories. Oh no, it's 400 calories for this meal. So,
dude, honestly, I when it comes to looking for food when you're trying to fast or you're calorie counting, Pollo Loco, awesome. Del Taco, oddly enough, they have bowls there as well. Honestly, really, really good. If you're trying to calorie count, highly recommend those places. Let's see, Drekin. Okay, this one comes from Drexin. I have a question about the LT35 Battle X. What battery would you recommend for it on the website? Am I saying that name right? Drexin? Yes, actually, I can answer that one. I like the LT35. Good choice, by the way. LT35 Battle X, really good option. The thing about the LT35 is that you actually have plenty of battery space. That PDW stock that you have. Have you ever had experience with that one, Darktree?
I'm holding mine right now.
Oh, hell yeah. The LT35
I'm actually
Battle X.
Holding mine in hand. And the battery I have, it's actually got from Airsoft GI. And it's a 1100 milliamp battery. It's a 7.4 20C discharge battery.
Yeah, so right now batteries we are running a little low. We're expecting to get some more in from our suppliers. However, you can typically run up to I believe I got a 1200 milliamperage battery in there. You can do more. You can for sure do more. Yeah. The battery space that you get on this thing, once you open that, let's see if there's a better picture. There you go. Yeah, that's a good picture. You have a good amount of battery space in there. PDW stocks have come a very, very, very long way as far as the amount of battery space. I remember when PDW stocks were first a thing, right? Or the tanker stocks, when people were putting them on their guns, right? Because it's the new hotness, right? It's so cool. And then it's all right, where are you gonna put the battery? And everyone's so they've definitely come a long way. Personally, I would probably say going with 11.1 volt LiPo battery. I mean, all the brands are going to pretty much perform the exact same way. I would usually say going with an 11.1 stick, honestly, if you want the best performance possible. Let's see if we have one. You can get the Lancer one, but that's 600 milliamperage, but that one for sure will work, and it's pre-wired to DIN, so just saying. I mean, honestly, it's not that hard to go ahead and wire a battery to DINs, but you can even put a tri-panel in there. I've gotten this tri-panel from Echo One, this 1100 milliamperage. I've gotten that to fit in the battery space, no problem. Even with the fact that it's wired to Tamiya and the adapter in there, it might be a little cramped, but it's gonna work. For sure, it's gonna fit in there. You have plenty of battery space, so it's really just gonna be a matter of all right, which batteries would you recommend, or which one do you prefer? But I would personally go with a stick. Yeah, you probably like this guy. A stick very much similar in size to this, right? This is like my go-to.
Yep.
$24, very affordable. 1,100 milliamperage, 15C. That's more than enough. You're chilling, dude, with a battery like this, and they perform really, really good. All right, let's see here. Make sure we go ahead and answer more questions. Prime Tech Customs, an hour late. What did I miss? Prime Tech Customs, don't worry. I've had Darktree on the show with me, and he's actually being a very fantastic guest. You are a trooper, by the way. I much appreciate you actually. I still very much appreciate the fact that you actually came on. Yeah, no, it's been a blast. We've been just chitting, chatting, answering some questions, knowing more about Darktree than I knew beforehand. And we had a very interesting troll come on the show. It was very, very cool. Very, very cool. Oh, a lot of fun. All right, let's see.
So far.
Oh yes. Make sure we're not missing anything. Oh, there he goes. Yeah, there's that guy here. No, it's in the hotel with our Glocks. Okay, I think. Oh, here we go. Airsoft Brewers asks, Isaias, will you get Trinity and Chef on soon? Yeah, I probably will. I would love to have Chef Pandakage and Trinity on. I want to go ahead and schedule it out. I have a list of people in my head that, like, for sure I want to go through, and Chef Pandakage and Trinity are definitely on that list as well. And guys, remember, if you have a question, make sure to go ahead and put a letter Q in front of it as well. That we can go ahead and get it answered. I want to make sure, again, just like the guy said. I don't think he had a question, but still. If you guys do have a question, make sure to go ahead and put a Q in it. And if I don't get to it immediately, feel free to go ahead and ask it again. Just don't spam it, I will make sure that I get your questions answered. All right, let's see. And guys, again, promos going on right now. Because, again, we are approaching the end of the stream pretty soon. We got about 30, let's see, 30 plus 7, 47. 47? Yeah, we got about I'm going to say 47. We got about 47 minutes left of the shopping or the live stream going on right now. So make sure that you place your orders. Again, any order for an airsoft gun that's $100 or more. It can be literally any airsoft gun. As long as it's $100 or more, you are going to be getting 20 entries into the shopping spree giveaway. That's 20 chances of winning $3,100. And if you place any order that's $50 or more, right, you will be getting 5 chances of winning the shopping spree. It could be for BBs, green gas, accessories. If you want to go ahead and build out your airsoft gun with all the accessories that you've been eyeing, now is the time to do so because the stream is coming to a close. So make sure you place your orders now. Everyone has a chance. All right. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay. Oh, no, Charles Seabridge. What's going on, man? I didn't actually see you in here. No, I didn't get a chance to see your question, but let me go ahead and answer that right now. Hey, Isaias, I don't know if you saw my question, but if you didn't, my question was, I'm looking for a foregrip that will work on my rifle, which has an M-LOK handguard. Which one would you choose? Now, Charles Seabridge, accessories are, especially foregrips, are really going to come down to a matter of individual preference and what it is that you're looking for. Usually for foregrips, let's see here, foregrip. Typically for me personally, I'm more of either an angled grip or a straight vertical, but more of a stubbier vertical grip. I'm not a huge fan of the traditional broom handle vertical grip. Again, it's a vibe for sure, especially on retro style builds. It looks good. But for me, I kind of like the classic AFG, maybe something even minimalist than that. I know a lot of people nowadays really love smaller, scaled down, basically more minimalist or slim style accessories. So maybe something like this, right? Let me go ahead and pop that up. Obviously, it's just an example, right? Something like this, an angled hand stop. But for me, this would basically be an angle grip, right? Something like this always works. I've actually held this one. This one's actually very comfy. There's different colors, different options you can go ahead and pick up as well. If you wanted something that was a little bit more subdued, something smaller, and that's not going to take up too much, again, really low profile, then you can go with this ACW serrated aluminum M-LOK hand stop. This one's actually pretty comfy as well. I've put this on a few of our field ready combos. This one's actually pretty good. But again, it's really going to come down to what you find comfortable, right? As long as it's meant for M-LOK, it should work. And even if it's not, right, if you wanted to say, let's say you wanted to go ahead and put a classic style AFG on there, right? You wanted to put something like this on your M-LOK gun. You can totally do it. You would just need to get an M-LOK to Picatinny rail segment, which we sell on our website. We sell a lot of those on our website. You can pick one of those guys up and then basically have it function as your adapter so you can put on these older style or Picatinny style accessories, right? It's really all preferential. Darktree, I've seen a few of your builds, but if you had to say what type of foregrip you prefer or what's your go-to type of foregrip, what would you say is your style?
Strike Industries S-Link has been my go-to for about the past three years. I love that thing. I have about 3 of them on my builds and I love it. And I think now I'm starting to get into more of those hand stops. I'm liking the hand stop styles.
Okay. Do you prefer like the like slightly larger style hand stops, or you like the smaller ones?
I would say like a shark fin style, if
Okay.
that makes any sense. Yeah. Just something to where it just stops my hand basically at the same point as always. I'm a C clamper, so anything that helps me get a nice C clamp on my handrail.
All right, no, I respect that. I respect that. I'm definitely more of like for sure, like again, like I mentioned, like an angled stop. But I see the benefit of going with a thing like hand stops or like finger stops like that. Like they're comfy. Like they're comfy. Looks like Boss Man actually wants to go ahead and join us for our call. Let's give him a call. Why don't we? Let's see. Yeah, calling. Let's see, calling RN. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and give Boss Man a call right now. Hopefully, you guys can go ahead and hear him as well. All right. Let's see here. So give him a call. Recent, because I feel like I called him fairly recently. There we go. All right, I'm giving Bossman a call right now. You guys should be able to hear him.
Isaac, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I hope everyone can hear me. This is something that I would like to address real quick,
Okay.
and I would like to make sure everybody that's watching or even listening understand. First of all, I really appreciate everyone watching, and I really appreciate Airsoft GI guys like the gang, like Victor, Justin, Isaias, Cisco, even Boas. We take our time, and even me, we take our time to go live, and we try to interact with our customers. And we hope you guys understand certain things. Airsofters sometimes don't realize that there are two different factions in terms of airsoft industry in this country. So, how should we put this? We can't really give out advices if you're going to ask us something that we don't care. We can't really recommend something that, you're asking us if this is, let's say, F1, demolition wrench, F1, gun issue, stuff like that. I mean, even that, you can literally Google and you're going to find a lot of reviews about it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? So if our guy take our time to recommend something to you that's not what you're looking for, like for example, if you're like, okay, how about a King Arms Calico, let's say King Arms Calico 9mm AEG, how are you gonna want us to answer that? We don't carry it, so obviously we're gonna say like, hey, how about check out the Classic Army MP, the X9, the KWA ones, Lancer, etc. Right?
Oh, of course. Yes.
But if that answer make you uncomfortable, think of us being pushy. So we're the one who's taking our time. I really appreciate all my employees doing this, taking our time to build relationship with our customers, giving advices and all that kind of stuff. If that makes you feel like we're trying to be passive aggressive about it,
oh my God,
I don't know what else we can say. Okay, and we understand the more we do this, the more we're gonna run into the other side's fans. They will have fans, just like we will have people that don't like us. Okay, Isaiah and the gang, and I understand that, but we're just gonna say, hey, give us a chance to give you the knowledge that the other side won't give you. We're the one who's using our time, who is investing heavily into building customer service, building customer relationship here. If you have any questions, let's say customer service question, anybody that put it in the live stream chat, like, hey, DM us right away. Those sometimes literally put on priority. You know that, Isaiah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like, hey, make sure we answer this guy's question.
Yeah, of course, all that
kind of stuff. So the way I see it, please, guys, the people are watching, the people are listening, whatever. Let us recommend something that we have. Okay, don't take it as like, oh man, they just try to be pushy. Isaiah has been in this industry for 6 7 years, and he has been playing for a long time. He knows a lot of stuff because he worked in the storefront. He had knowledge on all the new products, because all the new product that comes in is going to have spec sheets and all that kind of stuff. He's the first one who's going to be reading.
I have to look at all of it.
You know more than Cisco, okay, especially on new products. So I appreciate him. I appreciate all our fans, like Dark Tree, like all the Dark Tree Brewers.
Yeah, all the Mayo Gang.
All the Mayo Gang that hop on and try to answer people's question. Please, guys, the ones that are new, or you love the other side stuff, it's okay.
Yeah. Let
us give you other advice. Let us tell you the other side of the story. If you like your, oh, by the way, the AW Custom Pit Viper's not coming out because they're not passing the grade on Darren.
Yeah.
And, I hope they pass, because they did invest in a lot of money. So now they have to change a lot of parts. Okay. Mm-hmm. But, to me, I think Jack did it right. So, that's a story that something may not know. Well, we're not telling you not to go buy AW Custom ones. We're just telling you, hey, go check this out too. We're going to be telling you the advantages of buying this. Of course, we're not going to be like telling you the advantage of buying the AW Custom Pit Viper.
No, of course not.
Us.
Yeah.
Unless they're going to pay us.
If they did, we would.
Right? You understand what I mean?
No, of course.
So I hope everybody understand that. If you're going to come outside, hey, Sima Platinum versus Lancer Gen 3, how's their gun? We're going to tell you that, I recommend it. I personally recommend an Echo 1 to say, hey, use Sima Platinum as a base, because I asked you guys, is it a good base? But then I got the gun, we got the shipment. I was
disappointed.
Why is the trigger response kind of slow? Like earlier, a person asked.
Yeah.
Other than that, I can't really pick on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To me, it feels slower than, let's say, a Taurus or even Lancers.
Way slower.
Even classic Army ones. So I'm presenting the facts. So if you still like the Sima Platinum, go ahead.
Go for it, yeah.
You know what I mean?
We can't force you to do anything at the end of the day. Like, it's all going to be a matter of what you choose. We're not in control of your wallet, right? But if you're coming in to our chat and asking,
get a chance to earn your business. But us, by doing it as pushy, then if we're not pushy, then we're not doing our job.
Yeah, at the end of the day, we're salesmen too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's it. I hope everybody understand. And Ronald, man, he's being a VIP ever since. Good night, Ronald. And I hope this will clear something. Like Anomalous, I think he was trying to ask you something. Very, very beginning.
Maybe. I didn't see it though.
Maybe. Okay. But we would like to help everybody out. Like, try to. I understand you get stuck on a question and you want to give, Dark Tree a chance to respond, you a chance to respond. So maybe we do miss. So please put a Q in front of the questions and we'll try to get to it.
Hell, you can wait a little bit and just put it again too. Like, if I see it more than once, like, for sure I'm gonna go ahead and answer it, right? Like, if I miss it, like, it can happen, but I'm gonna do my best to answer.
Yeah. So earlier people, the other side fans were jumping on Cutter when Cutter tried to recommend something.
Poor Cutter.
I feel bad.
Yeah.
That person tried to throw Cutter under the bus.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure that's the way to do it.
No,
so
it's definitely not.
Let's not talk about that business here, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, mods, I know you guys are doing a great job doing that to keep everything very positive and whatnot. So let's continue doing that. And we're just trying to say, the people who are listening, the lurkers, the first-time listener, let us give you some of the information that you may not hear about it.
Yeah.
And you can do fact findings on those.
No, absolutely.
Okay?
Yep.
That's it.
Yep. All right, man.
All right. Thank you.
I will see you in the morning. Later.
Thank you. Bye.
But yeah, guys, you heard him himself. Like, at the end of the day, like, yeah, I'm a salesman for, like, GI. So, yeah, of course I'm going to try to, like, that's why we do the promos, right? Because we're trying to, like, make sure we get sales. But at the same time, too, that's actually one thing that I actually am genuinely grateful for, because I work specifically for GI, right? I have friends that like work for the other side, right? I have friends that work on the other side and all over in the airsoft industry, and they tell me what it's like too. And I can say without a doubt that we are lucky in the fact that GI, we actually do like to make sure that we are selling quality products, right? That's one thing that we always make sure that when we check, if the gun is going to give us problems, we don't want to sell it. We don't want to go ahead and like sell it out to customers knowingly that it can potentially like give you a hard time and you're not going to enjoy the hobby. What, like, even as like a business, right? How much sense does that realistically make, right? To sell products that we know are going to be bad. Hopefully you don't say anything. You know what I mean? Like, what sense does that actually make? And unfortunately, a lot of other businesses do that. They don't care, and they'll just throw shit out. But we actually do take the time. I will be part of that process, too. I'll look in. I was part of, like, making sure that, you know, the MGC4 was going to be, like, a good gun when it came out. And I was happy that I was part of it because, again, we all were on the same page that we are not going to sacrifice quality over anything else at that price point, right? So just for anyone that's like has biased information coming into it, that's totally fine. Like if you shop from the other store, I get it, right? I totally get it. But you know, we're gonna offer you some alternatives too. We may not offer you or suggest the same things that you already like or you want us to say. But if you're asking me personally, I'm an airsoft player first and foremost, right? I do not want to lie to my customers. I'm not gonna go ahead and give them wrong information, and I want to make sure that I get you all the facts first before I say anything. Because if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. You know what I mean? I will make sure that I fix that problem and I get you taken care of, right? I'm gonna answer your question. However, if you're asking me objectively, in my experience of fucking 13 years of playing airsoft, right, and 6 years working in the industry, I am going to be completely honest with you, and like a lot of times the guns that I recommend, you may not think that or may not be like the most popular as far as recommended, they have the most clout behind their name, but guess what? They're going to save you money, and you're going to get better performance most of the time, and like, yeah, I'm going to end up like doing everything I can to help you guys out. So sorry to go ahead and interrupt, Darktree. Thank you for sticking with us.
It's all good. Don't worry about it.
All right, so this is a question that both you and I can go ahead and answer. I saw it earlier. I believe this one also came from Charles Seabridge. He was asking, hey, Isaias or Darktree, I bought a Honey Badger type airsoft rifle. Do you think it would look good with a flashlight attachment? I know you normally use flashlights for your guns, but do you have any Honey Badger or Honey Badger-esque builds?
No, but I do like the Honey Badger build. I do like the lightweight build and look of it. So recommending flashlights, I'd say anything that has that nice 45-degree angle on there. Yeah, I love 45-degree angles. Something that sits close to the rail doesn't stick out too far. So,
all right, no,
anything Ranger Armories would probably work out pretty good for a build like that.
You like your Ranger Armory flashlight, right?
Yeah, you get everything in the package. You get the nice push button attachment on there. It comes with everything you need in the box to set up for your rifle, so you're not really missing anything. And the price is decent. The lumens are decent on there.
Oh yeah.
I have I think I have 2 of them right now, and they're awesome. I love them.
Good to hear. Good to hear. I remember when you picked those up too. I had to sign them out for. I think it was like I had trouble finding yours because there was so many will calls at the time. But I was like, oh freaking! I know he ordered the light. It's here somewhere. And I eventually found it. But yeah, no, for Honey Badger type builds, Charles Seabridge, the one I would say go for it if your environment calls for it, or if you just want the look of a flashlight. I'd say yeah, absolutely go for it. Right, do whatever you like. It's your airsoft gun. However, I would say be careful though, because a lot of Honey Badger type builds. Usually it depends on each one. If you built it yourself, that's awesome. Good on you. But because the mock suppressor is recessed within the rail, depending on how close the rail sits to, or how deeply recessed the mock suppressor sits inside the rail system, you might not actually be able to mount your M-lock attachments on there. It really depends on what type of rail system you're working with. If it's like using like an M-lock style rail or like a key mount style rail, you need a little bit of space inside the rail system itself in order to be able to go ahead and mount and secure your rail system. Otherwise it might not work. So just keep that in mind. You might have trouble. You might have to put the flashlight all the way back, or again, like Darktree said, you maybe put something at like on top, like on the Picatinny segment, and then have it at like kind of like at an angle, or like maybe like a 45. That'd probably be what I would suggest. But again, it's all preferential. It's entirely up to you, whatever you like and whatever you think looks cool. Let's see here. I just bought a mystery box, and I'm super excited to see what I get. It feels risky, but I love risky things. That's from ATG Guitar Covers. Well, honestly, you're going to be very happy. It's not even really that much of a risk, because all the mystery boxes are like absolute wins. Have you bought a mystery box before, right, Darktree?
Oh yeah, mystery boxes to me, they're not even mysteries anymore. Cisco, he does a great job of really looking at your guys' comments and fulfilling those wishes. So it's more of a guarantee to me. We have the best mystery boxes in Airsoft, so you're always going to get your money's worth, and it's always going to be a banger of a gun. I've had no complaints.
Yeah, no, with those mystery boxes, like you got the YouTube unboxing mystery box, right?
Yes, I did. Yes.
Yeah, with those
and everything I've asked for, I got a KR9 in one. I've got what was the other one? I got my SSG in the other one. Yeah, and it's just what I've asked for. You have to be for the mystery boxes. You can't put in $1 and expect a SIG. You have to. Yeah, give the Cisco and give the guys a chance to actually make sense of the your wishes, and they'll fulfill them. The community will let you guys know. Cisco and the guys down there, they work really hard on making sure you guys get your good experience of Airsoft.
Oh yeah, no, we do our damn, because I've been part of that process too. When Cisco was like either sick or he was just gone because of like personal matters, and he wasn't able to come into work, and we had mystery box build. I had to fill in and actually see what that process was like. But I felt so bad for Boss Man. He had to like get me up to speed on how to build mystery box, and I was like, oh god, this is a process. But no, Cisco puts in real talk. Cisco, like honestly, like so much respect out to that man. He puts in so much work, and he literally dedicates himself to trying to fulfill everyone's wish as much as possible. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, here, I'm going to pull it up right now. Bigger Wins YouTube. There we go. Yeah, the Bigger Wins YouTube Unboxing Mystery Box and the Premium Bigger Wins YouTube Unboxing Mystery Box. First and foremost, right, with these boxes, you're getting a higher retail value than what you actually pay for, right? Like, that's guaranteed, right? Like, especially with the Premium, right? The Premium, you're spending, what, $289.99, right? But you are getting a guaranteed retail value of $310 minimum. So you're already getting a guaranteed victory. It automatically comes included with free shipping, right? So there's no complaints there. If you're in the lower 48 states, United States, then yeah, you are going to be getting free shipping, right? There's just no way around it. You are going to get it, right? So you have all that. In addition, right, we get bonus raffles for it as well, meaning that once we reach a certain cap, everyone who placed an order within that like order count, you're going to be entered into another raffle, right? Literally for another raffle, right? That you can win another box, right? So that's multiple boxes that you can go ahead and win. Now, we only do limited amounts of these, but honestly, they're hella worth it. Like, if you like want something cool but you don't know what it is specifically, or you just kind of want to leave it up to chance, then yeah, go ahead and put down in the comment section, hey, I'm looking for maybe something for CQB. Like, just tell us what it is that you need, right? So if it's like, I want something for indoors, I need something for outdoors, I want like a DMR or something, right? Obviously, if you put down, I want, a SIG MCX, maybe not every single order will get one, that's a pretty pricey gun. But at the end of the day, like, we are going to take all your requests into consideration. If you say, hey, I want something, really, really cool. I'm a big fan of, Call of Duty. I love this gun. Is there anything similar you can kind of do for me? We are going to work above and beyond to make sure that we grant your request. That's the secret right there. We try to grant everyone's request and make it happen. Darktree, I remember when Cisco built yours as well. He wanted to make sure that he granted your request as well. But again, you guys can pick these up as well. And yes, I think someone earlier asked, I think it got answered though, do mystery boxes orders count towards the giveaway? Yes, they do. Absolutely they do. If you order a mystery box, because it's over $100, you know what? I'm going to say it gets 20 entries in the shopping spree giveaway. Yep, because it's an airsoft gun, right? It is technically speaking going to be an airsoft gun. I would say so. Actually, you know what? Maybe not. Now that I think of it, because you could very well ask for a like tactical gear. We've actually had that before, where like someone ordered a Bigger Wins YouTube Unboxing mystery box and requested tactical gear, like a full kit, and he got it. So just saying, hella worth it. If you were ever considering like getting a mystery box, honestly, always worth that. Let's see here. Make sure I'm not missing any. I think we are mostly caught up. Oh, there we got some more questions. Okay, this also comes from Charles Seabridge as well. Hey, Isaias or Darktree, I am trying to put an airsoft team together with me as the team leader, but I'm not sure how to set up my plate carrier to look like a team leader or what supplies I need. So, how do you set up your plate carrier? I remember vaguely I remember you did multicam black, but that was obviously because of BB Wars, Darktree. But how do you normally set up your plate carrier? I don't remember.
My plate carrier, I try to run it as slick as possible and with no real restrictions. I have open top M4 mag carriers from STAC, and I can just reindex them and pull them out quick as possible. But Charles, it seems like he's running as a team leader. And, I just went ahead and told him to DM me. But if you want to run comms or if you're thinking about communications, that's a loaded question.
Yeah.
But if you're looking for like a team leader setup, I would be more concerned about communications and making sure your team is having a good time. And that may not always be being the one that's getting all the kills. That's making sure your team is having a good time and making sure they're doing their most. So I would recommend anything communication-wise, having the team set up a walkies if you're doing milsim. And if not, just I don't know, like I said, DM me because that's a lot. My plate carrier, I have a couple of plate carrier setups, and I run kind of the same, but one's more for slick, scrimmages, and one's more built out milsim style with a little more accoutrements attached to them. So go ahead and DM me, Charles.
Yeah. No, Charles, like that's a good answer. Like it really depends on also too what style of games you are doing, right? Because like there's like for sure if you do like milsim like games, then yes, there are like for sure things that I would recommend that you set your play carrier up. Just not even as like a team captain, just like as a player overall, like some useful stuff to have on you. If you are a captain though, or like a team leader or in a position of leadership at any time, and you are trying to put together a legit team, sometimes you could like need the communication like if you're doing like a longer events, but if you're just doing like regular walk-on games or to like indoor fields, then I would probably say like comms aren't even really that necessary in the first place. It's going to be more so just how you act. But if you are looking for a way to distinguish yourself for a very cheap and easy way, Darktree, I don't know if you remember from your old soccer days, do you remember that like a lot of times that the team captains would have like specific band colors or like armbands?
Yeah, we're in the C on your arms, kind of like they do in hockey too.
Yeah, just like that. Like honestly, I have one for what is it? The last Force on Force game that I did for Milsim West. I remember there was like we actually decided to use tape, like colorful tape, to distinguish ourselves, right, from the enemy team. In addition to the uniform requirement, it just made it a lot easier. So on our, it was a little kind of like reminiscent of what was going on in Ukraine because NATO team was we used blue, like bright blue and yellow tape, while Rust 4 used red and white, and I was like, this is a little on the nose, but no, it helps to be able to have like colorful tapes and even armbands too. I had blue armbands. We use those to distinguish ourselves. So maybe as a team leader, maybe if you had like just like a simple like armband, like an elastic armband around your shirt or something, or your arm, maybe even have like a patch too. That's a very easy way to do it as well. Maybe just get like a patch or something, just something that's going to signify you to be different from everyone else on the team if you really want to mark yourself as a team leader. But again, it's more going to come down to how you act as a team leader, because I too am also like in a position of leadership as well for my team, and it's going to come down to more of communication and being able to properly relay that, not just saying that you're going to do this, but also like how well you can communicate this on a level that everyone can understand and everyone's on the same page, and coordination. That's going to be the best piece of advice that I can give you as from one guy in a position of leadership to another one who's aspiring to be, I guess. Any ETA on the G&G SGR 556? No current ETA as of right now, Andy Harris, but as soon as they come in, you actually should be able to get a notification if we go, let's see here, SGR 556. Make sure I'm actually typing that in right. Yeah, we're probably going to get restocked fairly soon, I imagine. Again, like this is going to be one of those items that like as soon as it becomes available, like you should be notified. Again, remember, anything that's out of stock right now, guys, if you guys want to be notified when it comes in, there's literally an option that's there's literally an option right here next to the out of stock mark right here that will say notify me. Hit that. If you have an account with us on GI, you will be emailed as soon as that item comes back in stock, right? If you want to be the first to go ahead and grab one before they sell out again, right? What do you think of the mag dump culture? Oh, this is from OZ Army. That's a good question, OZ Army. Okay, but actually, before we answer that question, I want to go and give a quick shout out. Looks like to Chris Ortiz. Chris Ortiz, my man, you just got yourself 20 chances of winning the shopping spree giveaway for $3,100. He picked up an airsoft gun that was $100 or more, and he has the highest odds right now, in addition to Derek. I have seen your name before, Derek. Derek, you are also going to be getting 20 entries into the shopping spree giveaway because you too picked up an airsoft gun that was $100 or more. So guys, make sure that you take advantage. You can be just like them and have the highest odds of winning, so place your orders now. Only 9 more minutes before the end of the live stream, so just saying, deal's ending soon. All right, so OZ Army, right, with his question, what do you think of mag dump culture? What do you think, Dark Tree, of mag dump culture?
Oh my gosh, guys, come on. Can we just, let's keep airsoft positive, because if we keep putting out negative videos on YouTube and keep creating negative content and keep talking about it, you're just going to give the other side a reason to shut down airsoft completely. I understand the guys that are making a buck off of it, but cheater videos, I get it to a certain extent to try to be, just try to warn people about it.
Yeah.
But if that's going to be the culture of your channel, the culture of the content you're creating, then you're just going to, give the people that want to shut down airsoft, you're just giving them, more information and more fuel for their fire. So I hate mag dump culture. It's just toxic. It's toxic. The cheater compilation videos and the mag dump compilation videos, it's just toxic for our culture in general. I'm trying to keep it positive, and that it's just bad.
No, I get it, dude. You hit the nail right on the head. I'm on the same boat with you, man. Like, I look at, because I'll see it show up in my feed, because, right, like, when you're in airsoft, right, some of the most popular videos that, or some of the most viewed content that you see out there is, like, mag dump videos, or, like, cheater check videos, or, like, oh, I got into an argument with this cheater, right, or something. Like, I fucking hate that shit so hard. Like, it genuinely does give airsoft, like, a really bad name, because, again, think about it, right, the newer players, new kids getting into the hobby, right, whenever they see, like, oh yeah, I just ruined this kid's birthday party, or I just mag dumped this kid at Tac City, yeah. Like, yeah, motherfucker, you are literally killing the hobby then at that point. I am serious about this. I fucking hate that shit, because, like, the kids, literally, these new players are the future of airsoft, right? Without them, we have nothing, right? If there's no new players constantly getting into this amazing hobby that we all love, it's gonna die. Manufacturers are gonna stop manufacturing things. Fields are gonna start closing down because they don't want to cater towards that. Because, again, that's all it's gonna be, right? Hell, if you don't believe me that it has taken an effect on airsoft as a whole, look at a lot of fields rules when it comes to recording. Project N1, I remember too, like I think even as far, like, as little as, like, 9 months ago, 10 months ago, like, I remember that you weren't allowed, literally, I'm not joking, you weren't allowed to bring, like, GoPros or film your own, like, gameplay at Project N1 unless you had special permission from the owner or from the manager at the field.
It makes sense.
And honestly,
it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. It totally makes a lot of sense, right? It's like, when you see those types of videos, like that content going around, like, people are not going to want to go to your field, right? Because again, as a new player, think about it. You're a new guy. You're like, oh, what is this airsoft thing? I kind of want to get into this. And you see that you, as a new player, are going to be specifically targeted by assholes, right, on the field, because of the fact that you're not a, like, you didn't spend $2,000 on your HPA setup, or you are not, like, an experienced player. Literally, just because you're a new guy and you don't know any better, right? You're going to be solely singled out and targeted and mag dump for that. Fuck that. I'm not going to go to that field. In fact, I might not even want to play airsoft, right?
Let me put this in perspective for you guys,
Yeah, it has a direct impact. I'll go for it. I don't want to interrupt you. Keep going.
Oh, sorry. I just wanted to say something, guys. When it comes down to the whole mag dump, you mag dump the wrong person or the wrong kid. Let me tell you, if you're mag dumping an adult, that's a whole different story. You magged up a kid. That kid goes to his mom. This mom's she might be a stay-at-home. She has nothing but time to find out why her kid is crying at an airsoft field. And she will probably go to the lengths of getting the field shut down. Therefore, you have no place to play. And a lot of places, you might only have one airsoft field in your area. And that will be it. All your guns, all your gear, everything you spent is gone because that kid got mag dumped and his mom is super Karen, and that field is shut down now.
And honestly, I don't even blame the mom. I wouldn't even like say the mom is like a Karen at that point, because like, you know, I mean, you as a dad, right? Like if say you're both your kids, right, were into the hobby, right, and it was like their first time going, you get separated for a little bit. Just imagine this, right? You get separated for a little bit, and like you, after the game's over, the round's back, your kid comes back and his hand is bleeding, right? Or her hand is bleeding, or her neck, like she's got like tons of welts everywhere, and she's crying, and she says to you, this guy just came up to me and unloaded like an entire magazine worth of shots of BBs into me, and at like really close range, right?
Yeah. I meant Karen on the point where they'll try to get the sport shut down. Yeah. You know, like I know there's moms or people out there that will sit down and create organizations just to target something because they feel personally attacked. And I don't want it to happen to Airsoft. That's what I'm talking about. Do not, you know, injure these kids. Do not give them a reason to shut down our sport.
Yeah, no, and honestly, like, again, same thing too. Like, you don't know whose dad that kid is either, too, on the flip side, right? As well, or like, exactly,
like, yeah. You know, they go home and say, "Look what happened to so and so's hand," and the dad's, "Well, I'm on city council. Let me see what I can do." And then you know they're going to the ball field a week later, and you're like, "What happened?" Like, well, it shut down. So and so's dad's on city council, and my hands are tied. So that it's as easy as that, guys.
Because at that point, too, if you're just going out there, like, just to hurt people, like, you are basically just going for, like, to an assault people, right? Like, that's just messed up. I don't want that. And I don't think anyone does. Any, like, decent individual would not want that in the airsoft sport. There's a difference between, like, okay, I'm going to go out and I'm going to, like, just, you know what I mean? Like, if you're in a competitive scene, right? I'm going to go out and I'm going to win. Like, that's part of the hobby, right? That's part of it. It's a competition. I get that. But, like, at the same time, too, if you're just going out there just to intentionally hurt people, get the fuck out of the hobby. You have no place here. You have no place in this fucking live stream. Get the fuck out. Like, seriously. Like, I don't tolerate that shit at all. Because, again, without new players, this hobby's going to die. This hobby is 100% going to die. And we need it to fuel and continue this. I wouldn't have the Mayo Gang. I wouldn't have you, Darktree. I wouldn't have anyone. I wouldn't have Cisco. I wouldn't have a job, you know, if these people had it their way. So, just saying. I hate Magnum culture. To answer your question, OZ Army. Looks like, okay, want to go ahead and give shout-outs, too. Derek looks like he also got himself 20 entries into the shopping spree giveaway. Andrew also got himself 20 entries into the shopping spree giveaway. And Ian also got himself 20 entries into the shopping spree giveaway because they all picked up airsoft guns that were $100 or more. Guys, you have like 2 minutes left of the live stream of the live stream right now, so make sure that you place your orders right now. Maybe like a little bit over 1 minute, like 1 minute now. Place your orders now while it's still going on. Okay, we have time for just like maybe one more question. Agree 100% boss minutes. Okay, maybe just going through, trying to make sure I don't miss anything. Okay, here's a good one. OZM, do you think fields should cater to little kids or have specific games for those newer players, or just all in one group? That's actually a good question. Why don't you answer first?
I do think so. They do have kid games set up. They do kind of make it so like if there's a bunch of kids showing up, they have parties and groups like that. So they do make it available for kids to play along with other kids. And I do like when they separate it to a certain extent, you know. But yeah, as long as he keeps it safe for everybody and everyone's having a good time, like I don't mind how fields run their games.
No, I get that. Like, I think, like, it's fun because, like, I like intermix. Because some of my best experiences playing, right, like, I felt so cool was, like, when groups of, like, quote-unquote veteran players, right, would, like, be like, hey, kid, you're pretty good. Want to come with us, right? And I would go with them, or we would work together, right? Or I would learn stuff from them because they were, like, playing. A lot of those guys turned out to be, like, former military, and I would be like, oh, hell yeah, like, I'm gonna learn from you. But, yeah, I think there should be a means of, like, if you're a ref or a field, you need to make sure that you actually keep it safe for everyone. Don't stack the teams, right? Do not stack the teams. Make sure that you properly split up the teams and that it's fair for everyone. No little kid wants to be that kid that like got their birthday party ruined, right? Because they showed up to a public game and everyone just targeted them and ganged up on them. Make sure that it's fair for everyone, right? Don't stack the teams. If you're a ref or if you work at an airsoft field, make sure that you keep an eye on that because I've had a few bad experiences before. It didn't kill it for me, but I could see why it would kill it for some other people. All right, let's say. Oh, looks like the man himself. He just couldn't help himself. He's got to put his name in the running too. My man Brewer got himself those 20 entries into the shopping spree giveaway as well. He is gonna be in the running for this. Damn, it's a stacked team now. The odds are so high in these guys' favor. You guys, again, it's the end of the live stream. It is 9:30. That is it. it is over. These guys have the thank you for everyone that placed their order. First of all, thank you to anyone that watched, right? I genuinely do appreciate the fact that you chose to spend your time hanging out with me and the Mayo Gang and Bossman and Darktree as well. Like, again, so honestly, dude, thank you so much for actually coming on the stream. I actually had a lot of fun. I don't know about you, but I actually genuinely enjoyed talking to you.
Isaias, it's always a pleasure, man. Generally, we have a great time. There's no awkwardness. I feel like you guys are my second fam, and I'm very happy to be a part of this community. And thanks for having me.
No, man, honestly, thank you so much, dude. Like, I won't take up any more of your time. I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect the call right now, so that way you get back to your family. Take care of what you got to do, man.
I appreciate it. Go ahead and like the stream, and go ahead and subscribe to my channel, guys. Appreciate it. And
Yeah,
thanks,
sub to
Isaias.
Darktree. Sub to Darktree. All right, later, man.
Take it easy, man.
All right, guys, thank you so much again for everyone for joining onto the live stream. I had a blast. It was a really long day. It was a really tough day today too. But honestly, like, coming home and being able to do this live stream made it all worth it. Hanging out with all the Mayo Gang, and Darktree said it best. Mayo Gang is like my second family. It's always super fun that you guys are here. I don't care how many trolls show up. It's not going to ruin my day. Thank you for everyone that showed up, and thank you for everyone that supported the channel by placing an order through Airsoft GI. We're going to happily reward you with your extra entries. Make sure to go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, share it around. It really helps us out. Again, beat those YouTube algorithm gods. And again, guys, thank you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for choosing to spend your time with me.